Podcast, a student led and video edited podcast. I am your host, Brian, and today we're going to be covering the Roblox horror game Doors. As you notice, this is going to be a solo podcast as due to scheduling and this new UI that I'm testing out. So it's better that I'm doing this podcast solo. Also, if I stop speaking, my little avatar will dim out. This will be for better recognition of a speaker, and I will have names or titles as this as well, since this is going to be on YouTube. At least that's what I heard. But yeah. Anyway, back to the game. As you should know, Roblox is not just a game that you play on, but instead it is a community hub of games created in Roblox's coding language. Doors is one of the games on Roblox, and if you can tell with all the YouTubers and streamers that are playing the game, it has risen to mass popularity most recently. Again, Doors is a adventurous horror game created by the main creator Lightning Splash, or also called L Splash, and their fellow creators Red Dibbles, QW, and Ghostly underscore Wowzers. Quick note, before you do play the game, it does have a epilepsy and sound warning due to flashing lights, and it is recommended that you wear headphones or earbuds to fully experience the audio of the game. So yeah, don't play the game if you have epilepsy. In the description, the creator has said that Doors is inspired by another Roblox game called Rooms, made by Nico Rocks 5555, and another game called Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion. If I were to describe the game itself, I'd say it's a first person horror runner game without much of the running aspect, but mainly on surviving. Also, note to the editors, the music in the game is non copyright and is available on the creator's SoundCloud. So go check out Nightling Splash's SoundCloud for any of the in game music. So yeah, I won't be getting this podcast copyrighted with the footage that I'm putting, so big sigh of relief there. So yeah, let's get into this. So the gameplay sets you on a linear path of progression through several doors that are numbered, all the while you're trying to survive encounters with monsters that are trying to either reduce your health or just straight up kill you in game. First, joining the public lobby, you get into a room, which can be from up to 1 to 4 players. If you create your own private server, which is free for the game, since Doors is free itself, but you can create a free private server. You can play up to 12 players, although I don't recommend it, as the game was really only meant for a max of 4 players. From my experience, and even 4 is a crowd, so the real sweet spot is around 2 to 3 players to play on a run. A run in gaming terms is a type of game where there's a set beginning and a set end, which you can mess up, which in this game is, of course, dying. So you'll then have to restart. However, and while the gameplay does sound straightforward, just progressing through the doors, the game itself has some loops and turns to try to prevent you from steadily progressing through the doors. Encounters or events with monsters are predetermined or mainly is left to RNG. RNG is basically the gamer term of chance or luck. What it stands for is a random number generator, in which, by how games work, by chance, the game will spit out a random number, and in correlation to that number, a random event or monster will be encountered. So yes, you can get lucky, encounter a few monsters or a few knowing ones, or you can get very unlucky like I did and end up getting many annoying ones while you were close to the end. There are different events that mixes up the play style of the game, such as needed to unlock doors, puzzles, and even a rhythm heartbeat game, and so much more that I will not be fully covering as not to spoil too much, since the game is a trial and error experience. There is sort of an end to the game, but it is a to be continued game, so hope that the creator will expand on the game or make a sequel, hopefully by the school year, so that I can review it. But we shall see. And pray, mostly pray though. The sounds animations are amazing, and the sound design is perfect for a game made on Roblox, and especially the elevator music. It do be bumping. Other than that, the lore to the game, from at least my perspective of the gameplay, is that there really isn't much story other than just the gameplay. There isn't dialogue or notes with information to find other than you being able to check like the title of the art pieces or the paintings that are on the walls. I guess this is mainly because since this game is multiplayer, you can be left behind by randoms that you play the game with if you are trying to look into the lore. I'm sure there's a video that goes into depth about the lore of the game if you want to find it on a YouTube video. But other than that, since again I'm not going too in depth, the game itself is still fun, nevertheless, with the lore. The game is very replayable, as like I said, it's trial and error to reach the end, and even if you do reach the end, you can enjoy it by dragging your friends through it against their terrified will. Anyways, or you can also try and get all the badges, or basically the achievements in the game too. Some of the glitches or bugs I have encountered before the optimization of the game, as the game has had many recent updates for fixes and stuff. As I did play the game with friends earlier on the four of the updates for bugs and fixes, one of them was a glitch where I just another one was an animation was supposed to play for like a blocking of the hallway, and there was a specific time when you were supposed to spam space to go under something. But since the animation didn't go off, I was just running into an invisible wall until the monster got me. Another one of the glitches was w- one where me and my friends were hiding from a monster, and when the monster passed by, my friends jumped out of earlier from a closet than I did, and they somehow got killed by the monster, even though it passed by. So I was left alone to finish the rest of the run by myself, and you can guess how that went. Yeah, I know I died, but like it was one of the glitches that we encountered. However, now with the optimization and the fixes and most of the updates, most of these glitches, or at least with the lag, is gone. There's still some lag issues, but that is mainly just based on your specs on whatever device you're using. Since Roblox is a very CPU based game, and in the most part, the game runs now fine. Since Roblox is a multi-platformed, Doors is on mobile, console, and PC. I was able to test out the game on my laptop, which ran fine after the updates. Also on phone, it ran pretty well. There is a warning for mobile users, however. I was playing it for about like 40 minutes on my phone, which is like an iPhone 12. I've only had it for like a year plus or so, but I played for 40 minutes on a phone and it had drained like about 40% of my battery. So I don't really recommend playing it on the go, since an average run is also, if you do beat the game, an average run is about 30 minutes or so. And of course, if you die, a run ends quicker. So yeah, I haven't tested it out on console since I don't have one, but I'm sure it will work fine if it works well on PC, and definitely since it works well on mobile. Overall, the game is a fun twist on the horror genre for a game compared to games that are in and outside of Roblox. It's a solid 4.5 out of 5 for me, but sorted or compared to other Roblox games, it's a definite 5 out of 5. I mean, there isn't much to compete with on Roblox except for like a bunch of simulator games that are like just super grindy and like time consuming, and it's basically doing the same thing over and over until you get like better numbers. So yeah, one of the best experiences I've ever had in Roblox. So I do recommend it. And yeah, so wrapping things up, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later for the next Tangent Talk podcast. Peace. Alright, let's see here. What the?
Wow, wow, wow. Ba-da-do-do-da. Ba-da-dee-skee-dee-doo-dee-dee-doo-dee-dee-doo-dee-dee-doo-dee-da-dee-da-doo. Fla-sa-dee-dee-da-doo.